So I guess the person that tried to unalive Tory Lanez, that poked him up 14 times, I guess he on a call now explaining why he did it.
So the man who stabbed Tory Lanez 14 times, including in the back of his head in prison, and tried to kill him, well, he's speaking out. He's explaining why he tried to kill Tory Lanez.
What exactly took place between you and Tory Lanez that day that you stabbed him allegedly?
Allegedly.
Okay. That day, nothing much took place that day. Everything led up to that day, but that day I just came out in the morning to tell him, good morning. And I told him what's up, give him a little fist bump, ask him if everything is good. We had a little situation the night before and the day before.
So what was the situation the night before and the day before?
So I heard some rumors that he was trying to put money on my head.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So he's trying to put money on of all people, he's trying to put money on your head. For what reason, bro? Why would he do that? You're a random. You are a random. And as far as I understand, ain't nobody came up dead the entire time Tory Lanez has been in prison. Nobody around him, close to him, on the same deck, in the same pod, has came up dead. So why mysteriously, somehow, some way, would he put money on your head? Like, who are you? You're a random. For everybody that don't know, you are a random. You only in prison because you unalived your 13-year-old girlfriend when you was 20. With a shotgun to the face, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I'm finna flame up my loud right here. I was finna roll up this whole leaf by Grabber, but I got this paper right here still from earlier. So I'm finna just flame up this right here. They got these little hemp papers. I'm talking about they pulling. Do your homework.
He felt uncomfortable living next to him. Said I was a threat. So I confronted him. And then I found out the same thing. He tried to put money on my head, so he said I put money on his head.
What?
We had a little discussion or whatever. So the next morning, that night, he said some kind of crazy. So the next morning, I came out to see if everything was good.
I'm highly skeptical.
Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. He know damn well whoever working with Megan Thee Stallion paid him to try to pop his ass off so he couldn't keep talking, man. I ain't listening to none of that.
Of anything that comes out of the mouth of a PDF.
Right.
This man was arrested for killing his girlfriend, who was half his age, when he was 26 years old. However, Tory Lanez did drop that song with DDG, and these lyrics from this song could be completely unrelated to that incident. Well, the incident didn't happen yet, but it could be completely unrelated, and Tory Lanez could just be doing the thing that rappers do, which is lie in their raps. But in the song with DDG, Tory Lanez confessed that he was putting bags on people's heads in prison.
Sent me to prison and all that it taught me is if it go down how to stab you. Tommies and bunkers, the knives, the thumpers, the lock and the sockets, the credit. I call a shot on the yard, you a problem. My son out there hitting cash that shit out you.
I would be dishonest if I didn't bring that up, but honestly, I don't believe a word is coming out of this dude's mouth.
Yeah.
And the way he speaks, bro, you could tell
he just
he's
sounds
super
weird.
slimy.
Yeah.
And he's somebody who's been in jail long enough to where he understands certain like vernacular and articulations that's needed in a self-defense case. So essentially, he's just pleading his self-defense case that he plans on pleading to the courts. But yeah, bro, this dude is just slimy. It very well could be, bro. It's just the aura of PDFs that appears to be super slimy.
Weirdos, yeah.
His mom talked to him. He said, yeah. So I was going back into my cell. And when I looked back, instead of going to cell, he was walking towards my door. He stood in front of my cell, looked at his boys, made his little smirk. And when he showed me what he had and something in his pocket, I just rushed him.
So you showed what he had and stuffed it in his pocket, but then you rushed him. But all of he got poked from the back, bro. First thing in the morning, he got poked in the back. I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing the video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did? He took most of his wounds was in the back of the head, all on the back of his torso, his side, back of his leg, somewhere in his hip, I think. So how did he walk to your cell, show you a blade, and then you went to work? That don't even sound right, shorty. And then on top of that, how come if he went down, he got poked 14 times, he went down, he was bleeding out, his lungs collapsed. Which means he didn't have time to throw away whatever was in his pocket. So how come the police ain't find something in his pocket when they picked him up from bleeding?
I just,
What do you have in his pocket?
I just rested. Well, he showed me, it looked to me like I believed it could be a weapon at the time.
Oh, okay.
Pay attention to the language here. I believed it to be a weapon at the time. And because I believed it to be a weapon at the time, it wasn't premeditation. It was me thinking this was a self-defense case. Now, he also says Tory Lanez's boys were present, right? He says Tory Lanez walked to his
and they
set.
just let him get poked up 14 times without doing nothing, and nothing happened to you. Okay.
Was standing outside his cell like a Marvel character with something in his pocket, completely unprovoked, by the way. Completely unprovoked. They dabbed each other up, had no problems that day.
And then just
but
walked
Tory
up
Lanez all of a sudden has something in his pocket where he would say it was like a poker or a knife, and went to his cell and stood out the cell like a Marvel character while smirking to his boys. And smirking to his boys is an important detail because he contradicts himself later on in this call.
Of course he did.
So I rushed him, and I just snatched him. I just took advantage of him. He was weak. I just threw him all over, and I just kept slamming him and stabbing him. And
Were you trying to kill him?
No, not at all.
FBI, open up!
Someone call 911. He think we stupid. Oh, fuck that. He think that he's smarter than the 5th grader, and we not. Do your homework. So you wasn't trying to unalive him, but you poked him 14 times? See, somebody who's scared for their life, bro, guard, you feel me? You nigga, you was trying to unalive him, boy. You know somebody sent you on that hit. That's what it sounded like to me, shorty. Bro, that's what it sounded like to me.
I wasn't trying to kill him, ma'am. I just stabbed him 14 times,
in the back of the head.
3 times in the head.
Come on,
I wasn't trying to kill him, ma'am. I was just trying to make sure he ended up in critical condition with a collapsed lung. Oh my God, bruh.
But I felt like it was a weapon. I felt threatened. And when I felt like a sting in my leg, I felt like, oh, he stabbed me.
A sting in my
So
leg.
I moved back, and I kept stabbing more. And I seen that he threw something, so I was like,
So he's in the middle of getting poked up. He poked you in your leg after you already was poking him. And then, while he's still getting poked, you telling me this man who's trying to fight for his life and has already poked you in your leg, supposedly, he threw the knife?
Bruh.
after he was yelling, help, scream, please help me.
This dude must think we're stupid or something. This man
Then he
said
yelled, please help me, with 2 collapsed lungs. Okay.
straight face, trying to convince us he's telling the truth, that Tory Lanez had a knife on him too, and Tory Lanez just let him rush him. Cool.
Right.
Tory Lanez stabbed him in his legs, but he only felt a
little
sting,
sting, and then he threw the knife.
Then while he's attacking Tory Lanez with a knife, Tory Lanez threw his knife away. And he thought, oh, he did have a knife on him because he just threw it away. So then he continues to stab Tory Lanez up some more, including in the back of the head. Does that make sense, bro? What man is throwing away their weapon as you are attacking him with your weapon?
Hey, man,
Cut it out, bro.
Stop
Cut it out, bro.
Stop it, bro.
It's not even something that's plausible. This is a complete impossible scenario.
Impossible.
I just keep him once and like fake protection and hit him and look at him. And then I just let him go. Like, I was just saying, like, man, you trying to kill me?
What were you guys like? I know why, but why would he pick you out of all people to want to put money on your head? What was the beef exactly about?
Nothing. He's making it up as he goes.
It was really no beef. He just talked a lot, and I had confronted him a while back about always saying certain around me, like, I'll take a fade, I'll knife up, I'll put a his place. And to me, I feel like the second, third time hearing that in a conversation, I was like, man, what you trying to say? So I approached him and told him, like, what's up? Like, just go, I'll come into your cell, we'll do whatever, like, let's play this game then. Because I felt like he was kind of antagonizing me, like, testing me, like if someone was afraid or something. We were cool in the beginning. We were cool for like a year. We chilled, kicked it together, everything. It did.
Oh, they're not on that type of prison yard, Rochelle.
Okay.
No. They got like little fractions, but she was more like he was different. He started kicking it with certain people, you know. And when we started doing that, that's kind of when we had our little misunderstandings and we stopped talking as much. But we were neighbors for a while.
Neighbors is crazy. That's what y'all call each other in prison, neighbors? Nigga, y'all is fucking, what? That's crazy, bro. Y'all ain't no damn neighbors, man. You just the cell next door, boy.
Okay. And during the situation when you and him grew a friendship?
Yeah, we were cool. We chilled, we ate, we drank, we partied, kicked it, yeah. We were good.
Partied? Y'all partying?
This is just pure hate. Him and Tory Lanez were apparently homies. They apparently was kicking it and partying. Yo, even the language he's using, bruh, partying, having fun, he sounds like a lifer. He sounds like somebody who has made away with jail is my home for life. I have no plans of ever getting out. Because he's talking about jail as if it's like
just regular life, yeah.
There's no such thing as partying in jail,
right.
bruh. I refuse to believe it, bruh. But, yo, him and Tory Lanez...
Hey, can I come down to the deck? We got a party on 6th block on the head. Bring all the... Oh, wait, it's only niggas in here, Cal. Bring all the hooch. Bring everything. Bring it, bro. Where your best kicks, Cal? Like, what we talking about, folks?
Have a normal conversation. Tory Lanez is letting him know, man, listen, man, I ain't afraid to fight. None of these people in here, man. Listen, bro. Y'all, listen, bro. Like, I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to stab him if I got to stab someone. Tory Lanez is telling you as a homie, yo, you feel me? Yo, he's getting ready for whatever comes his way. You take that as a threat towards you, it just shows me, bro, this man was looking for a reason to try to pick with Tory Lanez, bro. Yeah. This man is probably an undercover racist. I'll be real with you, bro. All right, because even the scenario, bro, we're talking about, bro, Tory Lanez is having a friendly conversation.
Undercover racist, my ass. I think he's an agent of the Megan. That's what I think. I think it sounds to me like he is an agent of Megan the horse.
I'm talking about how,
do your homework on the horse.
Man, listen, man, if all these other dudes ever try me, man, I'm going to really get down. You feel me? I'm not scared of none of these dudes. You take that as if he's testing you. It shows, bro, you have a superiority complex. He's probably an undercover racist, to be honest, bro. Because to me, that level of vitriol to stab somebody 14 times, you got to really hate them. And to hate somebody like Tory Lanez for what? Like, y'all never had any type of major conflict or beef?
How much did the guy tell you that he paid to have you killed to get off the yard?
Oh, he said double whatever I was offering, but I never made that offer. That's what I didn't understand. He said that someone told him I offered people money to get rid of him. So he said he would give that person double and some dope and stuff.
But that's hard to believe when you're the one who poked up him, bro. Now, if you was the one bleeding and you was the one who had a collapsed lung and you was the one who got airlifted to the hospital and all that and barely survived, then it'll make sense. But you trying to convince me that he had some money on your head. So he walked up to your cell by himself with a weapon in his pocket that nobody ever found. Then you said he threw the weapon. Where's the weapon at? Nobody said, no police have said anything about another knife being found. And you poked this man 14 times in the back, but he was standing in front of your cell. How that make sense? So he turned around and let you, like, what we talking about? Everything you saying sounds slow. You got to be careful of these weirdos. You got to think about the type of weirdo this nigga was in, bro. He unalived his young girlfriend that was half his age, and he was 26, bro. 26, bro.
FBI, open up!
He unalived her after an argument with a shotgun to the face. What are we talking about, bro?
Before, I never offered no one to. Like, why would I offer somebody something I could do? It didn't make sense. But once he yelled and made threats and I'll have you killed and, you know, have a run up to your cell, all that comments and I felt like, all right, you threatened my life. Like, there's nothing else to do but confront you. And that's what happened the next morning. I asked him, are we cool? He said, yeah, it's cool. And when I went to my cell, he followed me. Like I told you earlier.
Do you have any regrets of stabbing him?
And wouldn't this all be on video?
Regrets? Oh, shit.
Because you stabbed him 14 times.
Right.
Yeah. I know that.
He trying to think of something now.
I wish I could do certain things over, you know, but at the end of the day, I mean, I felt like he threatened my life. So, I mean, I can't. Those actions felt necessary to me at the time, like the whole, in the moment, him coming to my cells, you know, grabbing me, walking, like, nah, I felt like, nah, it's fit. So I can't say I regret taking a stand for myself. No, not at all. I mean, I feel remorseful in a sense because it really didn't have to go that far, but, I mean, he made his decisions and I made mine.
Did he end up having a weapon on him?
No.
I mean, obviously, I got a stab mark in my leg, but that's going to the hole. I mean, they didn't find no weapons either. I don't understand that part.
Oh.
But, okay, so no weapons were found from him, only from you.
No weapon was the weapon I was using wasn't found either. There was no weapons found.
Where'd it go?
Right.
That's what in the video it shows me putting it on the floor. That's what they were asking me. I don't know. Nobody was around. It was just me and him on the tier. We weren't in no day room. Nobody was standing next to us. It was just me and him.
But earlier in this video, he says he rushed Tory Lanez after Tory Lanez was walking to his cell,
and now you saying you
knife
wasn't even
in his pocket, smirking to his friends, smirking to his homies. So Tory Lanez was smirking to his homies, but not just saying nobody was nearby. So what is it?
Right. Yeah, you're right, Flacco. You're right.
I don't know. Nobody was around. It was just me and him on the tier.
Nobody was around. It was just me and him on the tier.
We weren't in no day room.
He wasn't in no day room. Nobody was standing next to us. It was just me and him. But he was smirking to his homies. And he followed you to your cell. Something not adding up, bro. I'm sorry.
He was standing next to us. It was just me and him.
But earlier in this video, he says he rushed Tory Lanez after Tory Lanez was walking to his cell, knife in his pocket, smirking to his friends.
Right.
Smirking to his homies. So Tory Lanez was smirking to his homies, but not just saying nobody was nearby. So what is it? Was somebody nearby or was he smirking to his homies? And where was the quote-unquote homies at?
And where the knives go? Where the weapons go? Where did the so-called weapons just magically... Because if it's on video, you putting it down, it gotta be on video, I'm leaving. Or it's in the same spot that you left it. You see what I'm saying? Because I got this lighter right here. If I put this lighter down on camera, and the camera keep recording, somehow, some way, this lighter moved and was not found because it was not there. Where did the lighter go, bro? Where did the knife go, bro? You tweak. Fuck wrong with his ass?
They ain't step in to defend Tory Lanez. They ain't, man, cut it out, bro. Bro, how jail works? Yo, jail is very tribal. Very tribal, bro. No blacks in that prison is watching Tory Lanez get stabbed up and they think, nah.
Yeah.
Tory, fend for yourself.
Yeah,
man.
I don't believe that
Especially
either.
when you say Tory Lanez was screaming for help.
Right.
It don't make sense at all, man. The story is inconsistent. I'm not buying it. Because when this story first dropped, what they say, Tory Lanez was apparently disrespecting this dude's wife at the visit.
Right.
Now, all of a
Now
sudden,
it's
that
a new-
story
now
ain't
it's-
true no more.
Right.
Y'all done threw that story out the window now.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, it's no longer Tory Lanez was trying to shoot at this dude's wife, like at the visit room. No. Now, Tory Lanez was Don Gordo in prison. He was putting hits on people. Man, let me know in the comment section, man. What
Y'all heard what I think. I think Meg the Horse got whoever working with Meg the Horse. I think they called the weirdest dude in there. They said, "Hey, we need you to do something for us, Mr. Sir." He said, "Okay, no problem. I'm already doing it live." And it just went down, fool. And I'm like, that. It don't even make sense because Flacco didn't even mention the fact that he got poked most of the 14 times was in his back, in the back of the head. He got twice in the back of the head, bro. So he like, yeah, I'm finna unalive him. And then you turned around and what the fuck are you talking